Hey, it's Katie from the Mars Lab. I've had the incredible opportunity to interview the astronaut Chris Hadfield and also have a pun-off with him. So here we go. I'm trying to understand the physical feeling and the impact of taking off in a rocket, and the closest thing I've come to is a roller coaster. I was wondering if you can compare taking off in a rocket to a roller coaster in any way.
You know that feeling in a roller coaster at the start, a lot of them, they go trundling up a hill where they're attached and they go ka-chuk, 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 and you're climbing up higher and higher and higher before the start of the ride. It feels a little bit like that, in that a rocket is pushing you uphill with you pushed back in your seat. But maybe if you magnified it 100 times, so that the vibration was really hard and high speed, and the force on your body was such that it was hard to breathe. So you're crushed in your chair and getting vibrated as you're getting pushed up into the sky. It's close, but it's a lot more powerful inside a rocket.
It sounds really cool.
It's fun. You'd like it.
Yeah.
You ought to try it.
I've heard a lot of things about food in space, and my friends also wanted to know about how appetizing the food is, and how excited were you to come back and eat normal food?
Actually, the food on the space station is great. There's no refrigerator, and there's no microwave, and there's no oven. So your food has to be able to keep for a long time without being cold. So it's a lot of packets of food and packages and dehydrated food and irradiated food and military rations. But it's good, and the Russian food comes in cans, a lot of it. So it's I don't know, a lot of houses have a refrigerator and then a cupboard or a room for dry goods. And it's just like you only eat out of the dry goods part of your kitchen. But it's fine. And I stayed at exactly the same weight for my 5 months up there, and I lost fat and I gained muscle. So I came back sort of ripped a little bit. So it was okay. I mean, the food in space is good. You don't get the big random sloppy, really juicy, wet kind of food like pizza or hamburgers or barbecued steak or something. You don't get that, but the food is fine, and I really enjoyed eating on the space station.
What was your favorite food?
When you're weightless, there's no way for your sinuses to drain, right? Your sinuses just sort of stay full, and the fluid is sort of shifted up to your head, and gravity never pulls it down to your feet. So it's as if you always have a head cold, or you're always standing on your head. So your tongue's a little bit swollen, and your sinuses are kind of full. So you don't taste your food as well. Okay. And so therefore, my favorite food was the food that had extra sharp flavor, something with a really strong spice, something with wasabi in it, or a lot of pepper on it, or horseradish. And they make a shrimp cocktail. And it's dehydrated shrimp cocktail, but you put water into it, shake it up. And it's not so much the shrimp that I like, but the cocktail sauce is really decongesting with its horseradish. And so I think my favorite food in space was dehydrated shrimp cocktail.
Do you like that usually, or?
I've never had dehydrated shrimp cocktail anywhere else in my life, but it's a popular choice on the space station restaurant menu.
That's good. I read in your book, The Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, that your kids made fun of you for having more homework than them. What homework were you doing?
The life of an astronaut is one of preparation. All you're ever doing is getting ready for exams, and the exams are life or death. So you can never be too ready. And you can't learn everything, and you can't remember everything, so you constantly have to study. On my third space flight, I flew as the pilot of a Russian spaceship. So that means first you have to learn Russian, learn a whole language, and so then you can study orbital mechanics and control theory and how the rocket ship is designed and built and works, and then learn to fly a Russian rocket ship, to pilot it, and then all the emergencies that can happen. So none of that happens quickly, I studied Russian for 20 years just so that I could eventually be the pilot of a Russian spaceship. And that was just to get to the space station. So it's an immense amount of studying work, the number of things you have to know to be one of the few human beings living on a spaceship.
Yeah. When you were saying that, it just reminded me of the HSC. Like, you can never study enough.
Well, the HSC probably won't kill you. No.
I also read about astronauts having a personal preference kit and being able to bring a few things. And I thought if I went to space for 5 months, I would automatically just choose Oh, iPhone, hair straightener, makeup. How did you choose what to bring?
Hair straightener would be a waste of time without gravity, because your hair will not hang straight, right? Your hair will be driven by static electricity, so your hair would form a huge halo around your head. So all of the people with longer hair keep it in a ponytail all the time, or wear a ball cap. And for 5 months on the space station, I could bring a packet of about this big of personal stuff. And so I filled it with things for my family, things for my children, memorabilia for my wife and my mom and dad, and for my schools that I went to and organizations, because NASA provides you with toothpaste and shampoo and you know, all the clothes, everything that you need. So I was much more interested in bringing things up that then I could bring back and give as a souvenir and a gift to people that I know.
So how did you get the guitar up there?
Oh, I didn't take the guitar up there. The NASA psychiatrists put the guitar on the space station because they recognize that music is important for psychological health, just like it is on Earth. And we've been making music since time began for 50,000 years, you know, so music is important, especially when you're away from home. And I brought some guitar strings up in my little pack and some guitar picks. Yeah. But the guitar stays on station. It's up there right now. It's permanently on the spaceship.
This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. But it's time to guide the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control.
Before I go, I'd like to leave you with a little joke that I prepared earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. What is an astronaut's favorite keystroke? A space bar. What? So thank you for watching. I'm Caitie from the Mars Lab, and I'll see you soon.